Alright. We've been going a long time. I'm gonna go get tea.
Alright.
I thought we were gonna end it.
We're almost there, Campston. We're gonna do it.
Go pub stop the Star Forge.
But we're not even to the Star Forge yet, and the shame is that the Star Forge itself is a marathon.
Yeah, but it's just a dumb marathon of combat, and we're super overpowered at this point, so...
Yeah. See, the thing is, Chris, it's a marathon, but it's not like it's long or hard. It's just...
That's literally what a marathon is, though.
I love the Candace is still naked.
You're back, but where's Bastila? Is she alive? What happened inside
Wait,
that temple?
why are you asking where Bastila is? Why would she be... Why would you know that she was in the temple?
That's a really good point.
Bastila? No.
Was he watching on his, like, Oculus Rift goggles?
Bastila was strong.
If so, why did he have to ask the question of what happened to her?
Malak preyed upon her weakness. This planet is a
Malak preyed upon her weaknesses by torturing her for a week, I guess.
Where did this game get its thing for visors? That's not a Star Wars thing.
I think they just felt like they needed hats in the game.
Oh, are you back for tea?
Yes, I am.
Did you bring me tea, Seamus?
I did not.
Damn it.
Oh shit, that was hot. Burned myself.
And also the echo of the dark taint within you.
But there's still hope for her, right? I mean, Revan rejected the dark side, so Bastila could too, right? We still might be able to save her.
I don't know what fate awaits us.
Candace is still naked.
Yep.
I have no doubt she will.
Oh, and Mumbles is missing out.
No doubt. But let's go then before she has time to organize a bigger welcome.
Like, it's kind of a pros and cons here. On the con side, she's missing naked Candace. On the pros side, she's not playing this video game.
Yeah, she's super... She made it clear on Twitter she couldn't take any more of this. She was absolutely 100% done with this game.
How do I leave? Oh, god damn it. I found the fucking stabilizers, but it wouldn't let me pick them up.
Oh, that's what I was really hoping is that we would run into something to draw out this end game. You must gather your party before venturing forth. None of us is as slow as all of us.
While Josh is getting that, I'll be right back.
And we didn't bump into the Mandalorians here. They're usually hanging around the temple.
Whatever. God damn it! Fuck you, Jolie! Why did I even take a party with me?
Wait, you could leave them behind and go solo?
Why not? I'm just running outside of the ship.
These are very palm trees.
Oh, now items are received. Thank you so much.
Can you just fast travel?
And of course I can't just teleport back to the Ebon Hawk.
Oh, screw you, video game.
I still can't.
But then we would miss out on the party gathering gameplay before venturing forth.
At least they're still keeping up with me. Good lord.
There's no way they kept up with you. You went around 2 baffle walls. They're gone.
No, they're still here.
Oh, amazing!
With these ship parts, you'll be able to repair the Ebon Hawk's hyperdrive. Okay. Click the hyperdrive. Hyperdrive is good! I don't know why we need to repair the hyperdrive. when we're flying
Yeah.
into orbit and then going to the sun. But okay.
That's a really good point. I never noticed that before. I have never noticed that massive, ridiculous thing where you fix a hyperdrive you don't need.
Oh, good.
I
We're
mean,
all tapped.
we'll eventually need it to go home, but we don't need it now.
Sure, we can hijack another ship.
Once
need
we
to get back
control
into
the
orbit.
Starforge, I'm sure getting around will be less of a problem. This is a pretty skybox.
The Republic fleet must have gotten
Farewell,
the message I
Rakata
sent as we were
planet.
crashing into that planet. I'm picking up a transmission from them now.
I like how you only thought to contact the Republic about where the Starforge was after we crashed into the, like as we crashed into the planet.
Karth, I'm glad to see you're still alive. We've begun our assault on the Starforge, but we're taking heavy losses. How did the Sith ever manage to build something of this scope?
The Starforge wasn't constructed by the Sith, Admiral. We don't have time for me to fully explain it, but that space station...
What's up with the weird cinematic camera angles all of a sudden?
Yeah, I was just looking
Slow
at that, like that
pans.
slow pan.
Dutch angles? What's
I
going
got
on?
food.
Can't do that, Admiral. The Starforge
All
is a
right.
factory of immense
It's like a
power.
really
It's
slow
been
Michael
churning out
Bay
capital
shot.
ships
You know how he
and
likes to do
stealth
that
fighters
that
and assault
360
Yeah.
swivel around, and it's just somebody doing it
To destroy the
really
Starforge
slow.
now, or you'll be fighting an unending wave of reinforcements.
Then I guess we have no choice. But it isn't going to be easy. I can't even get our capital ships into position to start bombarding the Starforge. The Sith fleet is...
Incidentally, this voice actress is the one who always plays Mon Mothma in all video games that have Mon Mothma in them.
I was about to
And
say
she's
she
called
reminds me of Mon
Mothma.
Mothma, but not.
She turned to the
I,
dark
and
side.
the
She's
first
Mon-
thing I
Became
thought,
Malak's apprentice.
when I heard her name was Dodonna, I was like, oh, they were kind of going for a Mon Mothma
Using
thing with her
battle
name
meditation
there.
against you and your
Well,
people.
Dodonna is actually the name of a dude from Star Wars who's a general, so...
I propose that henceforth we call this actress and all of her Star Wars roles non-Mothma.
And so it shall be. Wait, isn't he dead? Didn't they bomb Dantooine?
I guess he left Dantooine
He's small.
before they bombed it.
Chicken shit.
He does die between this game and KOTOR 2, so at least he's
Serves
going to
him
die.
right.
And then Campster won't get his Yoda planet.
You imagine how annoying it would be to visit a Yoda planet? All the doors would literally be waist high, like tall enough that you have to go through on your hands and knees.
That's the thing you would think would be annoying about a Yoda planet is the doors. That's
Yes.
the, you know, everything else is fine.
Turns out it's
Fucking
all the
doors,
Yodas.
man.
And they're all named Yoda. Every last one of them is named Yoda.
I mean, and you think that Yoda and Master Vandar are pretty cool, but turns out that most of them are just douches. Like, you crawl into this little hovel, and there's just like a Yoda smoking a pack of cigarettes indoors and like reading a porno mag in your living room.
I like the idea that
And you're
they're
like,
all
hey man,
named
can't you do
Yoda.
that outside? And he's like,
I like the
older
idea
you
that they're-
are.
I like the idea that they're all named Yoda with very small inflection differences that human voices can't replicate. So it's like, Yoda, I am not. I am Yoda. And you have to like get in a 10-minute conversation with 13 different Yodas about which one is Yoda.
There's Yoda and Yoda and Yoda.
Do you have any conversations that are unique now that we're
Yes,
here,
what's on your
Karth?
mind?
We need to talk
You're
about
ready
me
to
being
talk,
Darth
then
Revan.
yes. So am I.
Now that we're here on the Star
I
Wars.
can't hate you. I tried.
Ask him if he wants to make out.
Responsible for all the things you've done
Hey Karth, wanna do the wrong thing?
for Dustle.
And maybe get some dark side points?
You want to do the wrong thing. What's the wrong thing?
But
Me.
it hasn't brought me the peace that I thought it would. Despite whatever part of
Can we
Revan is inside
romance
you,
Karth
darkness
right
that
now?
must surely be
I'll show you my dark side.
Whatever part of Revan is inside of you?
I don't want any more of it.
Phrasing.
How'd you like to have a part of Rev inside of you, Karth?
That chance. Whatever's happened up until this point, there's going to come a time very soon where you're going to have to make a choice.
That's why I don't want any more revenge, because I already killed the
choice
guy that I
happened.
needed revenge on. Oh, I'm done with revenge, because I got the revenge I needed.
Yes. what's
Let's
in your mind?
romance Karth right now.
I don't really know much about this. You got
No, apparently we can't.
No,
He
I
doesn't
don't know
much
anything.
about this Starforge.
I don't know anything about this place. Where
Johnny!
are we?
Let's talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
This is like
Tell me
during
about
the. It's like while everybody is flying to the Death Star in their X-wings, suddenly everybody decides to have a heart-to-heart talk. So Porkins, I never really asked you. He tells everybody a long story, like growing
It's
up.
like all the X-wings
let's
land
explain
on
what
the
your
outside of
character
this. Land on the outside of the Death Star and get out of their cockpits.
They sought
So,
to
Biggs, I never did discuss my my
themselves by bombing,
smoldering attraction to
slaughtering
you.
people while they slept or while they ran.
Darth Vader calls
Thanks,
up on
Porkins, but
on the fucking space phone, and you're like, and he's like, "Are you ready for the fight?" And you're like, "No, give me a minute."
They swooped down from space across the world, firing at anything that moved. They used ships in space to destroy all orbital facilities.
Oh my
I
goodness.
think she's talking about the Mandalorians. I wasn't actually paying any attention.
I wasn't either. I looked down and she's talking about somebody swooping from the sky, and I'm like, huh.
We were doomed.
I should be nodding my head at this point in the conversation, it feels like. That's what I normally do when I find myself in this position.
In the outer rim,
normally when I have a
I
conversation with anybody, actually, I just nod my head every few seconds.
communications were the first things the Mandalorians
Keep it on a timer.
all other short-range communicators.
Yeah.
Just like slowly shifts to the Jedi's perspective, and it's just like Juhani's like, yeah, and then they will kill us.
I got the power! Most we could do was pack the few of our people who survived onto what few ships remained and send them off into space as fast as they could. Most did not make it.
You're actually listening to stuff
parents carried
on
us
your
as a baby
headset
back
and you have no
home.
idea what
Lucky
she's
enough,
saying.
they fled
Because you
as
can't
far as
read
they were
lips.
able.
You're listening to hair metal
That
band.
must have been very
We
hard.
could stand running
You're
away.
very brave, Juhani.
Taras was a horrible choice. Dominated by humans.
Are you listening to
controlled
Aziz
by other
Ansari's
species,
show?
made
Yes.
Everyday life unnecessarily hard. My father turned to stimulants. He spent
We can't
much
call
of
them
his
drugs,
time in
guys.
local
We gotta
bars
call them
and dives.
stimulants.
But what if they were barbiturates? You can't call barbiturates stimulants.
Shut up, Seamus.
It runs through our blood, along with the stimulants.
And he would fight. And finally, one day, he would die.
He would get intoxicated. So wait a minute, was it alcohol or was it stimulants?
I'm sorry, I cannot talk about
Alcohol is not a stimulant. I just want to throw that out there. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Juhani.
Conversation
Here,
over.
if you look at the Wikipedia
Let's
entry,
talk some more.
you'll see that narcotic substances are divided into several
a
subgroups.
single non-human woman living
Now, the
in
one that
world.
probably
was a
killed your old man.
I'm glad we took the time to talk about this before the game was
So-
over.
When
There
my
were
father
conversations
died,
in Baldur's Gate where one of your party members would suddenly like bring up, you know, periodic arcs of personal progression.
she began to waste away.
But this, I think, was the first real Bioware game where you were the person who started those conversations. And I think that this is probably one of the greatest contributions that Knights of the Old Republic made to their legacy
Agreed.
of story-driven RPGs. Yeah.
She gave most
Although
Absolutely
it's worth
agree. Yes,
noting
yes.
that in later BioWare games and more recent BioWare games, they've kind of gone away from this and gone closer. Like you'll trigger stuff if you explore it, but the stuff will actually happen during the game and the progression of the game, rather than like you have to go back to base camp and talk to people about it, or you'll miss it.
I love the rhythm of that game, though. You have an adventure, you go back, and especially in this one where when you talk to somebody, they often bring up the adventure you just had, and then that leads into the next part of their story or whatever. Or not necessarily that they're connected, but they're spliced together by the dialogue. Boy, we sure had an adventure in that lava pit. And then you give them a prompt and they continue with their story, and it sort of feels like this procedurally generated, you know, reacting to the adventure you just had conversation, and I really like it. And I like it. The other reason I like it is because it lets you ignore characters you don't give a shit about. And you can't underestimate the importance of that. There is nothing more tedious than having to just stand there and it's like, I'd rather be talking to Bob. But for whatever reason, this game thinks I want to stand here for 20 minutes and talk to Karen. And I don't give a shit about this character. I don't like them, and I would kick them out of the party if it were possible.
Honestly, and I don't, you know, this was a long time ago, but for me, Juhani was that character. Like, every time she started talking, I would rather just, like, put on Figure Dan the Modal Nodes on loop. And I only have the one Figure Dan the Modal Nodes song on my space pod.
And that's fine. You know, everybody has their favorite character. I'll bet you somewhere out there is somebody that thinks T3 is just the absolute George Lucas's gift to the world. It's stupid droid with nothing to say, and they're like, I always wanted to hear what he had to say. I always went over and asked for him for whatever bullshit item he makes.
Do we want to bring Karth, or do we want to bring Juhani?
T3 is the key to all this.
If we can get him working.
T3
Wait, what's the plan here for our in-game group?
I like your thinking with Karth and someone else. I feel sad that we haven't brought HK, but I know HK isn't going to have shit to say.
For the Starforge, for like the final battle parts, the only correct answer is Jolie and Juhani.
Yeah, destroyed droid.
We have superpowers at this point. Like, who cares? Whatever. Alright, Jolie, Juhani, let's do it. Pazak tip number 4. You can improve your Pazak side deck by buying new cards.
We made it. Several Jedi have already gone ahead into
Game, what is this?
Hey, Jedi person, would you be up for playing Pazak? Shit, wait, you can go and play practice Pazak with Mission. I gotta go back to the ship. You guys have fun.
Come on, before they...
Oh no, Sith! Lord Malak was most displeased when he learned you'd escaped Paris alive, blah blah blah.
And you just kind of throw the game a little bit more each time, and then you just like jokingly, if you win, I'll give you 20 credits. If I win, you owe me a life debt.
Oh, can we actually help out here?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Hopefully, because these Jedi do not know how to do this.
No, they do like...
They're not spamming Force Wave.
Yeah, I think these fights are designed to kind of be very stalematey, so you can come in and just kill these guys if you want. That's how I perceived it.
All I can think is, man, those guys have a lot of spark. Those guys have a lot of sparks flying off and hitting them in the face.
Oh, I have no idea which way is the right way to go.
Oh.
Alright.
Oh, this is the slog. It's not that long, probably. But it feels long. Oh, this guy. Wait, didn't we already kill him?
This is not unexpected.
This is his twin brother, Steve.
This is Bullet Head 2.
Darth Steve.
He's bald. He looks too much like Malak with a jaw. Like, really, he looks like Malak with a jaw.
You know how it is.
Malak, have you forgotten about Destroyed
Oh,
Droid?
mysteriously, all of his second commands are bald too. Yeah, what that about, huh?
He actually goes around force choking people that have a lot of hair. He thinks they're mocking him.
And yet, that's still less impressive than his toupee phase was.
I want to see Darth Malak in a toupee now.
I imagine him with a Conan O'Brien toupee.
Jolie, you need to be hitting this button repeatedly. There you go.
It's hitbox with hammer. That's the power that you should be using right now. That's what that icon says. That's what that icon says. Hitbox with hammer. I don't know why they chose that for Destroyed Droid, but that is the icon for Destroyed Droid.
Apparently there were a bunch of fucking explosives on that door that they didn't see. Okay, Billy's here. And he's the only one who didn't get fucking knocked over or stunned.
Okay, so how many of those crazy health packs do you have at this point?
5.
Oh, it's not even that many.
Whatever, I've got Death Field.
Darth Malak fight is kind of annoying because it's one of those fights that's like piss easy if you know how to do it, and if you don't, it's impossible. And it's not like it's presented as a puzzle, it's just if you continue to use the mechanics that have been serving you kind of well for most of the game, he's really hard to fight.
Isn't like the best way to kill him to use a bunch of frag mines or something?
I think.
Probably. I don't know. How did you guys get here?
Yeah. What was up with that horrible
Wait, did you invent the
scene?
transporter? Are you from Star Trek?
Did you guys see that bullshit texture mirroring seam a second ago? Back up a few seconds for those of you watching at home and look at the... Yeah, there it is, the complete screwed up floor grading that forms triangles instead of being a grid. Man, is it too late to return this game?
We waited for them to all die, and then we said, hey, maybe we should fight. Hi, guys. I'm Darth Revan, Dark Lord of the Sith.
I made fun of it a second ago, but actually a curving walkway and a really strongly grid-shaped texture, this is actually a super annoying problem to solve. Like, you can do... Like, we figured it out, but it's really annoying and fussy. It's just awful. The awful kind of problem to solve is to get your texture to line up properly. When you're trying to... When it looks like a grid and you're trying to make curves with it, it's awful. And especially when you have such a small polygon budget. Like this game. Because it came out in 2003.
Okay, so I was kind of curious, so I googled, and... Oh, hang on, auto-playing ad that's so loud I can't hear my own thoughts.
Did they destroy our enemies?
Okay, back to the realm of sanity. Apparently one hot tip for beating Malak is... I love this. You hit him, and then you save, and then you load,
No.
and then it's your turn to hit him again.
Oh. Doesn't he rejuvenate at the... He's got those pods where
He goes
sucks
and
the
does
life-
drain life on, like, all the captives. So the real
Right,
strategy
You can't
is to
do that
kill
if it's
everyone.
never his turn.
Right,
yeah,
right,
well,
but
that sounds tedious.
But it
The
doesn't
real
do that,
strategy
like,
is to run
during a
around
cutscene.
spamming AoE attacks and kill everything in the room before you fight him.
Yeah, no, it's
Doesn't it-
absurdly easy.
I am curious
Yeah.
to see the true extent of this space station's capabilities. One as powerful as my old master will make it...
Who's flying these fighters?
I hope they're automated, otherwise he's just putting tons and tons of guys on them for you to shoot
Why do they
down.
have cockpits?
Oh man, he doesn't have enough people to fly them all, so he just has to like tie a bunch of them together and have one guy flying all of them.
I got knocked
Alright,
down
Jet,
there, you see,
you're going to
and I
become the
still
captain.
fucking Force lightning hit me.
Yes, I've been waiting to become captain of the Gallant. Okay. The Interceptor. The Space Wind. The Wookiee's ball sack. The Fresh Breeze. The Crate ball sack. Wait, how many ships am I captain of? Most of them. Only the ships we made this hour.
He's got a control panel that's like 100 joysticks in front of him.
Alright, Night Janitor Wilco, you have been made captain of the Space Bat, the Space Donkey, the Space Cow.
It's just all the animals.
Let's do toughness.
Oh, that's great. I love this. I love this. This is good. This is good fan fiction you've written for us, Rutskarn. Thank you.
So did I ever... Speaking of, like, how this game works mechanics, I imagine I've told you guys at least once about Neverwinter Nights 2 and my experiences with saving and loading and combat in that game.
No.
Okay, so Neverwinter Nights 2 and Neverwinter Nights 1 both were the first sort of BioWare-ish games where they're like, okay, you can save in the middle of a combat and load in the middle of a combat. You're welcome, gamers. Finally, this is an option. By the way, it occurs to me now that Neverwinter Nights might have actually been the real trailblazer as far as talking to your NPCs goes, but I digress. Anyway, point is, so I'm playing Neverwinter Nights 2, and there's one mission, I'm sure you remember it, Seamus, where to become a city guardsman, you need to kill every single thief in the city. And there's the warehouse that has about 40 rogues in it. And at this point, I'm getting a little sick of this shit, so I get in there and I'm like, alright, I'm just running for it, because all the rogues are in hiding in this place.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna run from the beginning to the end and do the boss battle and then be done. Wash my hands.
How many Sith?
So I start running and there's nothing. I'm saving the game occasionally, saving the game. And I'm almost to the end of the hallway when one rogue comes out and I get into a fight and it doesn't go super well. Now here's the thing about this game, actually. They let you load in the middle of a combat, but they're not very smart about it. And when you do load, they kind of have to guess at people's positions and whose turn it was. Which is to say, they basically just, like, come up with the easiest possible configuration. So, I lose. I load my quick save. I'm in the middle of this hallway. Me and my 3 companions are standing there. And suddenly, 10 rogues come out of stealth from all around us, flanking us. And my entire party is dead within half a second. Just for fun, just to see how fucked this really was.
Okay, just to anticipate the what's going to happen in the comments. Yeah, but Mask of the Betrayer was really good.
No.
I hate Mask of the Betrayer because every time I try and talk about how bullshit Neverwinter Nights 2 is, somebody feels the need to tell me that Mask of the Betrayer was great.
Kidding?
This
is the last autosave we have?
Oh my god.
This game is never going to end!